Hi foodies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you some of the spices, seasonings, sauces that I use when I'm cooking. So let's get started with Mexican or Tex-Mex. So of course we need some paprika. Whether you call it paprika or paprika. The smoked paprika is so good. It smells so good, full of flavor. And we have chili powder. And this adds some heat, but heat with flavor. And then there are quite a few other stuff. So what I'm doing is, guys, I'm just cleaning out my cabinet, and I do need to restock. So I just decided that I would just record and show you some of the things that I use. It's very important to have actual spices in your kitchen, because I know there are brands that we all love, guys, but you need to have the actual spices in order to train your palate and learn how to use different things to your advantage in the kitchen. I did show you guys cayenne already, but I guess I'm showing it for emphasis. So let's move on to Oriental cuisine. So whether Chinese, Japanese, some of my spices are missing because I need to go to the supermarket and get some. But here is one of the spices I love. It's like a mixture of 5 spices actually. Really nice, especially in some barbecue pork. And chili flakes for some heat and flavor. Ginger as well, which I love. I need to get some more. And garlic powder. Most cuisines use garlic powder anyhow. So ginger, of course, a lot of fresh ginger is used, but I do need the powder. And then star anise, really strong flavor, really bold. This isn't a seasoning, but I love sesame seeds. Really tasty. Whether toasted or raw, I'll sprinkle it on sweet and sour chicken or some other saucy dish. Really nice. And of course, some ground cloves too. This is one of those nice, strong flavors that you only need a pinch to boost your dish. In Italian cuisine, guys, it's a lot of olive oil, garlic, tomato, fresh herbs. But I'm just showing you the dry stuff that I will include in my Italian dishes sometimes, okay? I have this, guys, but I rarely use it. It is very strong. Guys, when it comes to Indian cuisine, there are so many spices. I have tons of them missing here, but I'll just show you a few. As I said, I'm cleaning out my cupboard and gonna restock. I love turmeric, really nice for color and flavor too. And I also use cinnamon sometimes. I use that in quite a few cuisines. It's really flavorful. Alright guys, so on to my country, Jamaica, full of flavor, lots of aromatics used in our cuisine, lot of fresh seasonings, but aside from that we might use all-purpose seasoning. I don't love that one so much, that's why the bottle is so full. And I do like the Maggi all-purpose seasoning. Guys, remember, if you're allergic to MSG, you need to check these seasonings. Quite a few of them have it. And of course, we put black pepper in everything. Well, almost everything. So I have some Jamaican curry powder here. I do like this one a lot because our curry powder is more turmeric based than cumin based. So it's more bright yellow than a dark brown. And I also have here, let me see, I have some jerk seasoning. This is just the dry jerk seasoning. You cannot make jerk chicken with just this. You need the wet marinade as well. Of course, we need pimento, allspice, really nice. We use it in a lot of stuff, especially jerk. That's one of the main components for the jerk seasoning. And I have some packets here that I use for like soup or steamed fish. It's just some soup seasoning packets that have noodles. The noodles I do not like at all. So I always use a strainer to separate the seasoning. But it does help to boost up your soup a little bit, especially if you don't want to have to add a lot of little ingredients. You just get that pack and add what you need. I love to use the cinnamon stick in sorrel and in porridge. Yes, some good cornmeal porridge, hominy porridge, even some oatmeal, really good, and nutmeg. Guys, that nice bright reddish membrane that you see on nutmeg, don't discard it. That's mace, really flavorful. Mine is finished, so I just have the nutmeg left. And of course, I have my 2 little nutmeg graters because I love my freshly grated nutmeg. So there it is. Sometimes when you buy it, you'll get the mace on the outside of it. Really nice to use in jerk marinades. Guys, there's so many other seasonings that we use in Jamaican or Caribbean cooking, but I don't have a few of them because my West Indian store, I haven't been there in a while. But that's the main stuff that I use. And then you have the regulars, the regular stuff that is used more often. The garlic powder, the onion powder, these stuff are used in like almost everything. The mustard powder and paprika, of course. And then I have my pepper mill here. It's good to have this, especially for steaks. And there are just some dishes that taste better when you have that freshly ground pepper. So I have the peppercorns here. I have white, red, and black. And then I just fill up the pepper mill and use it whenever I want to. And let me see. Yeah, I have some Thai curry powder. So if I want to make some red Thai curry, then I can use that. And this, guys, Old Bay seasoning. If you love seafood, you need to have that in your kitchen. Celery seed is good too, pretty strong, so I don't use a lot. And poppy seed I rarely use, maybe if I'm baking something. And I have some Cajun spice. I did use this in my creamy Cajun shrimp dish. It is so delicious. And Lawry's, guys, I love this seasoning, and this is MSG free. It is seasoned salt, so you have to be careful when you use it, but it's so good. It's so convenient. It goes with a lot of stuff. So I do like to have that in my cupboard. And as far as salt, I do have some pink Himalayan salt. And I do have some kosher salt. The kosher salt, the granules are much bigger. So I do use it if I'm making like a brine. See, they're very big. So I use it if I'm making brine, and there's other recipes that might call for that. And of course, you have your regular table salt. Sea salt, I think I'm out of that, so that's something I need to top up. And bay leaves, really, really flavorful. You can just add 1 or 2, really boosts the flavor in your dish that you're making. I do have some dry parsley. It's just for a little color, sometimes a little flavor. Sometimes you just want to have that sprinkle of green. And I have a few bouillons. for some soups, stews, and rice dishes, but you only need a little bit of that. And here I have some white pepper. I do have some lemon pepper, guys. This I just use maybe if I'm making lemon pepper wings, or I use it with some butter and brush on some corn. I love it that way, really nice. So I forgot to show you guys the whole cloves. This I use in sorrel for sure, and other stuff like some sauces, and that's the ground cloves. And then celery salt. This is really good to have in your kitchen because you can use it to flavor a number of things. So let's move on to the sauces, you know, that other stuff. I have Walker's Wood Jerk marinade. So this is the wet marinade. There are quite a few brands I like. I just happen to have Walker's Wood at this point. You need to have this in your fridge. It is really good. And I do have some other stuff. Let's see. So this is some chili paste. This can be used to make your sweet chili sauce and to spice up other things. And then I have Frank's Red Hot. That's a different type of heat. And the Jamaican hot pepper sauce. This I don't use a lot in cooking. I mostly use it as a condiment. And then I have some hot pepper sauce I got from someone right here. This is really spicy. I can only use like a pinch. And then sriracha. I use this in my Asian dishes a lot. Guys, if you love to make your own Chinese food at home, you need to have these. Hoisin sauce. It's kind of like a Chinese barbecue sauce. I do prefer one brand over the other, I won't say, but when I can't get the other one, then I will settle for the other one. So I also have some Chinese cooking wine, really good for flavoring like wonton soup or a number of dishes, and some soy sauce. I like to use rice vinegar when I'm making Asian dishes over the regular vinegar. It's just to add to the authenticity of the taste. And then I have some sesame oil, really, really strong. So just a little bit can add so much to your dish. A lot of flavor. Guys, for meat cookery, for gravies and sauces, Worcestershire or Worcestershire, however you want to say it, this is really good for those sauces. It's so good with beef. Really, really good. And then fish sauce. Guys, this is an ingredient I use to add salt to my Asian dishes. So instead of using salt, I will use a little of this. Some people think it tastes like fish. I'm fine with it. And then I have the chipotle adobo sauce for Mexican cookery, tomato paste for a number of things, whether it's Italian cuisine or other stuff. And then the fancy molasses. Guys, this molasses is what I use to cook. The regular molasses is very overpowering. This is not as strong. And of course I have coconut milk. I have a bunch of other things, guys, but I'm just showing you some stuff. And some browning. This is what I use sometimes to just add a little color to certain dishes. So if I'm doing some form of brown stew like oxtail or brown stew chicken, then I'll use the browning if I'm not using the burnt sugar method in the pot. And this, guys, is my secret to making my dishes taste a little smoky. So if I'm doing a smoky barbecue sauce, I'll add a few drops of that. It's called liquid smoke. It literally gives your food a smoky flavor. And I forgot to show you guys this one, the cinnamon leaf. I really love to use this in my porridges. It adds so much flavor. Pimento leaf is good too, but I've run out of that, so I have to go to the supermarket. And this is some wine vinegar. This is not my favorite brand, but I take what I can get sometimes. So guys, that's just a few things that I do use when I'm cooking. I hope you liked the video, and let me know in the comment section what are your favorite seasonings to buy. Till next time, take care.